Hi!
Can you see it? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see my expressions. And I like to emote with my face.
Okay.
I hope
Okay.
this is recording.
I hope it is recording. So
This is
gold.
some,
why
yeah.
don't you introduce it this week and say welcome to Retire Boldly and blah, 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 and say here's our theme of the week.
Welcome to Alaska to France, Retire Boldly. Got that backwards. Welcome to Retire Boldly, Alaska to France, episode 6. And our topic is keep, sell, or ship, the art of downsizing.
I love this subject.
Because
You want to get rid of everything.
I want to get rid of everything. Eric, what do you want to get rid of?
about 6 records out of 1,400.
Chrissy, what do you want to get rid of?
I do want to get rid of the majority of my Alaskan art, even though I love it. It doesn't make any sense to ship it over there. There are some smaller ones I can take in my luggage. I do have some family heirlooms I would like to take, but they're electronic, and it would make no sense to take a lamp when you have to then
Right.
get a converter for that lamp.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
though it's my grandmother's cherub lamp, and I think it would look fantastic in France,
It would.
right? Both of them would, but you know, you got to be realistic of what you're emotionally attached to, and maybe find someone who loves it as much as you do.
Exactly.
The biggest thing I have to get rid of is my plants, my mom's plants, and that's going to be difficult for me. But I know someone will take care of them. You can't take plants in
No.
foreign countries.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
It's against law.
And just, you know, I want to start fresh too. I moved a lot in the last few years, so I've gotten rid of a lot already.
Yeah, she's really downsized.
But it's still, now I'm left with some things that are going to be harder to get rid of, and that's what we're going to try and figure out how to do. You know, we got to figure out logistics, where you live. We live on a remote island. Shipping is very prohibitively expensive, and you really have to ship to Seattle first before we can ship anywhere else, because we don't have UPS,
Yeah.
DHL, and all of that
So
here.
we're talking $1,000 if we do a pallet, which you can fit maybe 20 boxes on, especially if they're very, very heavy, like full of vinyl records. It would cost like $600 to $1,000 depending on how much it weighed, and then that's just to get it to Seattle. And then after it gets to Seattle, then we have to decide, is it going air freight or ocean freight? And if it goes, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know that I would trust that your records would be in great condition if they spent 3 months on the ocean. But
I don't know. They're in a container that's sealed.
I'm sorry, have you seen the containers that go by here?
But also, air would be very expensive because
Very
they're heavy.
expensive, yeah.
Well, I'd buy them airline seats along with the dogs.
So the other thing to consider is how to get dogs over there. We have
Or
4.
we can go to different places. You can go to another place and I'll go to France.
Then we'll need a smaller place.
Right,
It
exactly.
works.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh, we have solved it. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to cut away, and Eric is going to do the cocktail of the week. Eric, take it away.
Today's cocktail is the Let It Go Mule, because downsizing, sometimes you can be stubborn as a mule, not wanting to let go of your stuff.
Who could be stubborn as a mule?
I know. I've only been collecting since 1979. But anyway, so it is a mule, so it is vodka and ginger beer, but we're doing a twist because me. So we'll start with 1/4 ounce of elderflower liqueur, an ounce of fresh lemon juice, 2 ounces of vodka,
Woohoo!
and top with Reed's Extra Stiff Ginger Beer.
Could you use any kind of ginger beer?
Yes.
Okay.
And is ginger beer alcoholic?
No. Good question.
Because I don't know.
Oh, that's nice. I'm ready to let go of everything. So this is our detached garage that is my space, my little man cave. And here's a little view of Alaska in the summer. You can tell it's summer because it's gray, wet, and cold. Here we are out in my garage. Here's my custom built stereo cabinet, bookshelves, Klipsch La Scala AL5s, approximately 1,300 records, 600 CDs. Lionel trains, vintage toys. What else do we have up there? Some Avalon Hill military games. Many unpunched. More Lionel train stuff. So, yeah, it's a lot.
So we wanted to go over some stuff, some guidelines for letting stuff go. I personally am kind of looking forward to just letting everything in the world go.
Well, you've been living in the house a while, so
Yeah,
you know.
and taking just my clothes and jewelry, things like that. But even just doing that probably will be,
Require some sort of
Yeah.
semi-truck.
Oh, well, I think I can pare things down. I'm trying. I've been taking stuff, to the
No, I
thing.
mean, shoes and clothes and jewelry.
Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot of clothes.
Stage performer.
Yeah.
You need a lot.
I have like a stage closet, I have a work closet, and then I have an everyday closet. So I have 3 different outfits. So, so why is it important to start downsizing now? We are more than a year away from this whole process, but for us, I mean, we have a big house, and I personally want to start getting rid of stuff. We have gotten rid of some stuff already. And I think it's going to be a struggle for Eric to let go of stuff. And I think that he'll probably start paring stuff down right around October 1st if we are planning to leave November 1st. So he's got a large collection of records. And what else are you having?
Lionel trains, N-scale trains, extensive library of World War II history books, vintage tin toys, and probably 400 plastic model kits.
Yeah.
I meant to be a builder, but I turned into a collector.
I think model kits you could donate to the library, maybe.
No.
Or not.
Or not.
See, it's
If
all...
anybody is a collector out there who is interested in purchasing anything that Eric just mentioned, please comment below and let us know what you might be interested in. Yeah. We do have a lot of art. The pieces that I'm actually most connected to are actually, I can take them out of a frame and roll them up. So most of the stuff that I really, really love, I will be just rolling up and putting it in a tube, one tube for all the art. And yeah, there's a lot of stress involved with letting stuff go. I do have 2 daughters, and we do have a lot of family heirlooms here, but my plan is to, I'm just going to put stuff in a storage unit. I'm going to pay for the storage unit for a year and give them both a key. If they want the stuff, they'll get it. If they don't, I guess it goes up for auction to strangers. But I found some really great tips for letting go of sentimental or valuable items. Is this item part of my future or only my past? And I thought that was really...
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Because we do have a lot of stuff that is part of our past, and, we want to hold on to it. We've got some beautiful stuff from our wedding that... but it can be let go, and I also have photographs of it.
Right.
Case in point, when we moved from our last house, I had on the wall where the kids got measured for their entire lives, and I just took a photo of every section of it, and I have that in a digital file. But I wasn't going to rip a piece of wood off of the wall and
Right.
So
bring it with you.
Bring it with
and
me.
do what with it?
Right. Exactly. What am I going to do with it? And then take a picture and keep the memory, not the item. I think that's really important. There's a lot of stuff that, I do want to remember maybe, but it can be kept digitally as a photograph. And then if you have a collection of something, choose the best one, take one thing, and then restart your collection in France.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they have beautiful antique markets.
Right. Exactly. I literally, the only thing I can think of that I really want to take is this. It's this gold apple that twists apart, and we would store stuff in it. And I've had it since I was probably 3, and it's gone to every place with us, and I have that. That's literally the only thing that keeps coming up in my head. Like, I want to take that with me, but it's this big, and I can shove it in my suitcase, and I can fill it full of jewelry. Okay. We had to take a little break and put Marcus outside because he's freaking out.
Because he's crazy.
And here's another question. If I saw it in a store today, would I buy it?
Right.
Because there's a lot of stuff that, I love this, but I don't know that I'd buy it a second time, you know. I have a lot of beautiful antique beaded purses, and I mean, that's something that I like to collect. I got 6 of them. I don't have a huge collection, but I don't need those. I don't use them. I'm willing to let them go. So one thing I did when I was moving to New Zealand, this is many, many years ago, I had a cocktail garage sale. I have a lot of friends, and you know, they wanted to support us in our move. So I had, my entire house was nothing but all the stuff that we wanted to get rid of. I mean, washer, dryer, beds, everything. And I sent out formal invitations. I told everybody, you have to dress formal. I will provide the cocktails. So people came to my house in the evening, and it was a cocktail garage sale, and I made thousands of dollars. Sold the beds, sold the washer and dryer, sold everything. But it was so much fun because, like, we got to visit with people that, you know, we might not have been able to say goodbye to otherwise. And the stuff went to people that I love. And, you know, some people still have books that I really cherish, which meant a lot to me. That's another thing. I do have a lot of books, but I'm going to let them go. So, because I don't want to carry books over there, and I'm going to bet that you can buy books in France. So,
I've heard.
Yeah. And then curate, don't accumulate. A friend of ours, Scott Rainwater, and his husband Dan, they are moving to Mexico, and they just started the purge. They're literally like getting out of America like quick. So this is kind of an expedited situation for them. And Scott said he wanted to be on this, and I could not figure out how to do a Zoom with him in it. But he said he will never, ever acquire that much crap ever again in his life. So, and I kind of want to be the same. I know that we'll have to buy furniture when we're there, but we're not taking furniture. I would rather buy it all there. I've heard that we should take linens, like sheets and things like that, because they're very expensive there. But, I mean, how expensive could they be that I pack a bunch? I don't know.
Because, again, we live in a remote area that everything's very expensive.
Yeah.
We have very limited choices of what we can buy.
We buy everything online.
We buy everything online because there's just nothing here. Another reason to start early is because it's going to take us a while where we are.
Yeah. We're going to have many, many garage sales.
Whereas Scott is in Seattle, and he can get rid of things very quickly.
Right.
Especially if it's a high value item and you'd like to recoup a little of that, opposed to like sell a $400 widget for $20 at Salvation Army.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we are going to donate a lot of stuff. We're going to have multiple sales. But it's just a reminder that your stuff is not your legacy. It does not define you. I am going to be the same person over there as I am here, even if I don't have all of my stuff around me. And I'm kind of excited to redo a house and just like curate stuff from the ground up. You know, we've been dragging around some stuff for a long time that I'm ready to get rid of it. So I'm kind of excited about the whole process.
I'm excited to rebuild my record collection. I'm more into classical and jazz now that I've got lots of gray hair, opposed to Cheap Trick and the Scorpions.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know, what do you think would be just really difficult for you to leave behind? What do you really feel you must take with you if you are going to be immigrating to another country? Like I said, the one thing I can think of is that gold apple. Chrissy, what's the one thing that you could not leave without?
I have a baby blanket that a friend of mine made into a bear for me, a weighted bear, and I'm going to take that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eric, what's the one thing?
Since it's one, my mom has left me a wicker sewing basket that is dated on the bottom, Copenhagen, 1913. So I'd like to take that
That's
because I keep
awesome.
my little bric-a-brac in it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna knock Eric out. We're gonna sell all of his records while he's knocked out, but we're gonna leave that little basket beside him for when he wakes up.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be a long process, but as we go along on this journey, and we will include you in our first garage sales, which if it ever stops raining, we will have some.
Well,
So,
and the cocktail idea is perfect
Yeah.
for catch can because we don't go out much.
right.
People go to each other's houses in this town.
Yeah, and we love
And
having
so-
cocktail parties, so this will just be a great fun excuse
Very good
to,
marketing idea.
yeah, I'll be selling jewelry and purses and all kinds of stuff, so. All right, until next time, like and subscribe, Retire Boldly, Alaska to France.
Oh, what about that show you said had mentioned?
Oh, that's a great, Baguette Bound this week. The episode this week was so poignant because it was all about avoiding scams, and apparently a lot of companies have popped up to help people move to France that are maybe not legitimate, but because so many people now are going to France, there's a lot of businesses, and apparently a lot of people have given their money over to companies and then they never hear from them again.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so they had a recommendation, but I will recommend you go and watch their latest episode. But you can look up the SIRAT number for a French company. That's SIRAT, which is basically the number that they register their business under. And you can look that up on a website. Again, Baguette Bound has all the info. And it's kind of like the Better Business Bureau, but it gives you all the information about that company so you can see if they're reputable.
And you want to do your research.
Yeah.
Whether you use an American
Yeah.
company or a French company or whatever, you want to do research.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm Shauna.
I'm Chrissy.
I'm Eric.
All right, and we'll see you next time on Retire Boldly, Alaska to France. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
Here's a lot of the things that are in our cabinets that we will be purging and passing along to friends and family. Lots of crystal from my grandmother, lots of memories that we have cherished over the years, but it is time to let them go.